My name is Gabriel Steer. I was born on May 9th, 2006 in Oceanside, California. Over the years, I have lived in Temecula, and now I currently live in San Marcos. At the age of around 7, I learned how to play the violin. Although at first I did not like it at all, over the years I slowly began to enjoy it more and more. When I was around this age, I loved to draw and paint, even though I was never really good at it. But I always wanted to share my art with everybody. When I was thinking about what I should do for my muse project, I thought of pairing these two things together would be perfect for it. I had always wanted to be better at drawing and painting, and I felt like this would be the perfect project to work on that. This then resulted in me painting onto a violin. On the violin, there are Greek patterns and symbols that were mentioned in my story. Not only do I have a story and an art piece, I also have a solo. This solo was from the musical piece Venus, the Bringer of Peace by Gustav Holst. I thought this piece reminded me of what the character played in my story. There are numerous ways that both art and music are used as a form of myth-making. For example, when people make music or art, in some ways they express their thoughts and feelings through it. This oftentimes can lead to a piece of music or art that tells a story. Overall, this is how music and art can be used as a form of myth-making. This whole project was meant to tell the story about a poor Greek man who is given the magical gift of a violin by the Greek god of music, Apollo, because of his heroic deed of protecting a herdsman's calf. Once he was given the first ever violin, the poor Greek man is then instructed by Apollo to share this gift with the rest of the world. The myth told by the project was meant to explain how the violin became so well known. Throughout the process of creating my violin, my solo, and my story, I learned numerous things. One of the most important values that I learned during this process was how to manage my time efficiently and not waste it or procrastinate. Another vital lesson that I learned was to always believe in myself and to never give up. Even though I struggled at some points, I always believed in myself and I got past it. These were just a few of the important lessons I learned during this process of creating my violin. Although I learned many important lessons, I did happen to take a lot of risks with this. One of the risks that I took with this project was not knowing how my art on the violin would turn out. This is mainly because some art materials would not stick on the violin, and also I would not be able to sketch on it because the pencil would not work. Another risk that I had with this project was completing it all on time. This was mainly because of how ambitious my ideas were, based off of how I wanted to paint on a violin, perform a solo, and write a story. A third risk that I had to take during this project was perfecting my solo. This was a giant risk for me because I had to not only choose a song, I had to perfect it, but I also had to learn a completely new technique that I have never tried before in just a couple of weeks. Overall, these were just a few of the risks I had to take in this project. When working on this project, there were similarities between my project and the Odyssey. For example, during Odysseus' journey, he receives help from his loyal crew, Athena, and others he meets during his journey. Just like how he received help from his journey to get back home, I received help from my teachers and my parents during my journey of making my muse project. In conclusion, this was how my project is similar to the Odyssey. I hope you enjoyed my creation. Thank you.